Chosen one. This moment did not arrive by chance, and you did not press play by accident. Heaven itself has orchestrated this encounter, aligning this exact second with your spirit, because the timing is perfect and the appointment is divine. What you have been sensing lately, that quiet stirring, that holy pressure, that expectation you cannot explain, is not imagination. It is confirmation. Chosen one, you are standing at the edge of a supernatural breakthrough. Something long prepared in the unseen is beginning to surface in the seen. This is not ordinary progress. This is sudden elevation. This is a divine wealth transfer. This is heaven shifting resources, favor, and authority into your life with precision and purpose. Anointed one, the delays you endured were not denial. They were alignment. As it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, the vision is for an appointed time, and when it speaks, it will not lie. That appointed time is pressing forward now. Doors are responding, systems are rearranging. What resisted you before is about to recognize you. This is an invocation. Lay down distraction. Open your spirit. Let faith rise where weariness once lived. You are not watching, you are being summoned. What is about to unfold is not random. It has your name on it. Chosen one. What you are sensing right now is not emotional, psychological, or imagined. It is spiritual. There is a reason your spirit has felt restless, alert, almost as if something unseen is pressing against your life from the inside out. I recognize this feeling because I have stood in it myself, that strange space where nothing has changed, yet everything feels like it's about to. This is how heaven signals transition. Before elevation shows up in your bank account, your calendar, or your environment, it announces itself in your spirit. You begin to feel out of place in places that once felt normal. Conversations start sounding shallow. Old goals lose their pull. And without being able to explain why, you just know you're standing at the edge of something bigger than you. Chosen one, this is not discomfort. This is displacement. Heaven is gently removing you from what can no longer contain what you're about to carry. I remember a season where nothing around me looked promising. Finances were tight. Doors were quiet. Prayers felt unanswered. Yet deep inside, there was a calm I couldn't explain. Not peace because things were good, but peace because I knew they wouldn't stay this way. That calm wasn't denial. It was preparation. That is what's happening to you now. Anointed one, the great transfer of wealth does not begin with money. It begins with awareness. Heaven first shifts your position before it releases provision. This is why your inner world is changing before your outer world does. Scripture teaches that the vision waits for an appointed time, and when that time speaks, it does not lie. What you are feeling is the sound of that appointed time approaching. Pay attention to what is leaving your life without force. Jobs that drain you, relationships that no longer align, habits that suddenly feel heavy. This is not loss, this is clearance. Heaven is making room. Chosen one. When God prepares to trust someone with increase, He first teaches them discernment. You begin to notice what no longer belongs. You start to feel allergic to environments that tolerate mediocrity. This is not arrogance. It is alignment. And then there are the signs, moments of unusual clarity, ideas that arrive uninvited, solutions to problems you've carried for years suddenly dropping into your mind while you're driving, showering, or trying to sleep. These are not random thoughts. These are instructions. I cannot count how many times a single small idea, one I almost ignored, became the seed of a breakthrough later on. Chosen one, do not dismiss what comes quietly. Heaven often whispers before it shouts. You may also be noticing favor in strange places, someone offering help without being asked, an opportunity appearing without effort, timing working out when it shouldn't. This is how divine alignment announces itself. When effort decreases and results increase, heaven is involved. But hear this clearly: before manifestation comes testing. Right before elevation, pressure increases. Doubt gets louder. Fear tries to negotiate. This is not punishment. It is refinement. Wealth without wisdom destroys, but wealth carried by someone who has been tested multiplies. That is why you've been trained in patience, discipline, and endurance. Not everyone can hold abundance without losing themselves. You are being shaped so that wealth does not own you, you steward it. Chosen one. Acceleration is coming. What once took months will soon take days. Conversations will turn into contracts. Seeds will turn into harvest. But speed requires grounding. Stay rooted, stay prayerful, stay grateful. Gratitude keeps your spirit steady when momentum increases. And here is the clearest sign of all: your heart is shifting from getting to giving. You're starting to think beyond yourself. You're sensing that what's coming is bigger than comfort, bigger than lifestyle, bigger than status. That is how heaven knows you're ready. Because the great transfer of wealth is not a reward, it is a responsibility. And you, chosen one, are being positioned to carry it with wisdom. Chosen one, the reason you feel separated lately is not loneliness, but selection. When elevation approaches, familiarity loosens its grip. Heaven reduces noise, so direction becomes audible. I have walked through seasons where silence felt heavy, yet that silence clarified purpose and revealed which voices were safe to carry forward. Anointed one. This pruning explains why old ambitions suddenly lost meaning. You outgrew them. Expansion demands release. I remember grieving plans I once prayed for, only to realize later they were placeholders. What felt like loss was alignment, and alignment precedes increase, because heaven entrusts more to hands emptied first. Chosen. One, wealth transfer begins internally with vision refinement. Your imagination is sharpening because heaven communicates through pictures before provision. Ideas arriving now are seeds, not fantasies. Write them down. I ignored early impressions once, and delay followed. Obedience accelerates alignment, while hesitation prolongs training seasons unnecessarily for your growth. Anointed one, you may notice time behaving differently. Momentum builds faster, responses come sooner, and resistance weakens unexpectedly. This acceleration is not pressure, it is permission. I watched years of stagnation dissolve within weeks once alignment locked in. When timing shifts, effort multiplies and movement feels assisted rather than forced. Chosen. One favor will surface without explanation. Conversations will open doors you never knocked on. Assistance will arrive unrequested. Do not minimize this. Favor is confirmation, not coincidence. I once tried to rationalize divine help and nearly missed it. Accept support. Humbly, understanding heaven often delivers provision through people faithfully. Anointed one tests intensify before release. Pressure does not signal failure, it signals readiness. Character is evaluated quietly. I faced moments where quitting felt logical, yet endurance unlocked access later. Stay faithful. What challenges you now is calibrating capacity. Wealth magnifies what already exists, so refinement protects you and purpose. Chosen one. Generosity awakening within you is evidence of maturity. Heaven releases abundance through open channels, not closed containers. I noticed my breakthrough followed willingness to give while lacking. Giving repositions the heart. When motive shifts from accumulation to stewardship, flow increases naturally because resources trust direction aligned with purpose. Anointed one separation seasons were protection, not punishment. Isolation trained discernment. I once resented closed doors until I recognized they shielded me from premature exposure. Influence arrives with responsibility. Timing safeguards destiny. You were hidden while systems shifted. Now emergence feels unfamiliar because your environment is changing faster than comfort. Chosen. 1. Courage distinguishes carriers of increase. You step forward despite uncertainty. I learned faith is movement informed by trust, not recklessness. Opportunities will ask for decisions others avoid. Do not wait for certainty. Act with wisdom. Heaven supports motion aligned with instruction, and bold obedience reveals provision prepared there. Anointed one legacy consciousness is forming within you. You are thinking beyond survival toward impact. Wealth entrusted to you will outlive you. I shifted when I stopped asking what I could gain and asked who could benefit. That question recalibrates decisions. Generational thinking transforms money and stewardship into inheritance forever. Chosen one. Humility remains your anchor. Success tempts independence, but dependence on divine guidance sustains increase. I have seen talent rise quickly and fall faster when gratitude faded. Stay teachable. Correction preserves favor. When recognition grows, return to the practices that formed you. What prepared you must remain with you. Anointed one discernment sharpens now. Not every opportunity carries alignment. Counterfeits appear near breakthroughs. Pause before agreement. I avoided costly mistakes by listening to unease I once ignored. Peace is guidance. If urgency replaces clarity, wait. What is meant for you will not pressure you. Divine timing invites, never coerces. Chosen one boundaries will protect expansion. Your generosity requires wisdom. I learned helping without discernment drained purpose. Empowerment builds, enabling weakens. Guard time and energy. As influence grows, privacy becomes strategy. Speak selectively. Let results announce progress. Growth avoids interference and allows foundations to set. What is built silently lasts. Anointed one persistence remains essential. Resistance does not cancel calling. I watched seeds sit unseen for years before sudden harvest. Delay refines expectation. Stay consistent. Continue learning. Develop skills faithfully. Preparation attracts opportunity. When readiness meets timing, doors open naturally. What seems slow now is strengthening structure. Harvest honors patience. Chosen. One balance anchors sustainability. Spiritual devotion and practical action must merge. I once leaned too heavily on prayer without planning, then overcorrected into striving. Harmony restored flow. Tend both realms. Pray, listen, act. Budget, learn, build. Integration multiplies results. Heaven partners diligence. When faith and effort agree, alignment steadies. Anointed one, awareness deepens as the appointed time nears. World events mirror personal shifts. Systems tremble while callings rise. I observed chaos coincide with clarity. Do not fear shaking. It removes what cannot last. You are positioned for what follows collapse. Remain anchored. Stability is internal now. Changes reveal preparation. Chosen one, receive this moment with reverence. You are not late. You are ready. Everything endured trained capacity. I stand as witness that obedience, patience, and trust converge suddenly. Stay open, stay aligned, stay moving. Heaven is attentive now. This will confirm what your spirit knows about this season now. Chosen one. As this season unfolds, you may notice an increased sensitivity within your spirit, a heightened awareness that guides your decisions more clearly than logic ever could. This is discernment being sharpened, not for fear, but for stewardship. I remember a time when opportunities came rapidly, each one sounding promising, yet only a few carried peace. Learning to wait, to pause, to listen inwardly saved me from agreements that would have delayed my calling. Discernment is not suspicion. It is alignment protecting momentum. When heaven prepares to move resources, it also trains your ability to recognize what belongs with you and what must be released without regret. Anointed. One comparison will try to creep in during this phase. You will see others rising, prospering, announcing victories, and your mind may momentarily wonder if your path is slower. I have walked through that tension. What freed me was understanding that timing is personal. Heaven does not duplicate assignments. Your increase will not resemble anyone else's because your purpose is distinct. When you focus on another's harvest, you lose sight of your own field. Stay attentive to what is being cultivated in you. The soil of your life has been prepared uniquely, and what grows there will nourish many beyond your sight. Chosen one. There is also a deepening call toward integrity. Small compromises will feel heavier now. Actions that once seemed harmless may suddenly trouble your conscience. This is not condemnation, it is calibration. When abundance approaches, alignment must be precise. I learned that cutting corners delayed flow, while honesty accelerated trust. Integrity becomes magnetic. People sense it. Opportunities respond to it. Heaven multiplies it. Guard your character more carefully than your comfort, because character sustains what comfort cannot. Anointed one. Patience remains a discipline even as momentum builds. Rapid movement does not remove the need for stillness. I once mistook speed for permission to rush, and the imbalance cost me clarity. Slow your inner world, even if your outer world accelerates. Prayer, reflection, and gratitude keep your foundation steady. They remind you that provision flows from connection, not control. When you stay anchored, increase feels lighter, and responsibility feels manageable rather than overwhelming. Chosen. One finances themselves will begin teaching you lessons before they expand. How you manage little reveals readiness for more. I learned stewardship when resources were scarce, and that training saved me later. Budgeting, planning, and intentional giving are not separate from spirituality. They are expressions of it. Money listens to wisdom. When you respect what you hold grows. Heaven observes how you treat what is already in your care. Anointed one. Relationships will continue shifting. Some people cannot follow you into this elevation, not because they are wrong, but because they are assigned elsewhere. Release them with honor. I carried guilt once for outgrowing spaces where I had once belonged, until I realized growth does not equal abandonment. New connections will emerge naturally aligned with vision and values. These relationships will feel supportive rather than draining, collaborative rather than competitive. They are part of provision. Chosen. One fear may attempt one last negotiation. It will question your worth, your readiness, your ability to sustain what is coming. I faced that voice often. The answer was not confidence in myself, but trust in divine preparation. You have been trained deliberately. Nothing in your past was wasted. Each delay, disappointment, and discipline shaped capacity. When fear surfaces, respond with remembrance. Recall what you survived. Recall how guidance arrived before. Memory strengthens faith. Anointed. One generosity will continue expanding your heart. You will feel prompted to give time, wisdom, encouragement, and resources. Give with joy, not pressure. I discovered that cheerful giving multiplies peace, while forced giving breeds resentment. Giving is not depletion, it is circulation. When flow moves through you, freely stagnation dissolves. Heaven entrusts more to those who let resources pass through rather than cling tightly. Chosen one, as awareness increases, you will sense responsibility alongside blessing. Influence accompanies provision. Words carry weight. Decisions ripple outward. I learned to pause before speaking publicly, to consider impact beyond intention. Wisdom grows quieter as influence grows louder. Let humility guide visibility. Let service guide leadership. This posture keeps purpose central as expansion unfolds. Anointed one, trust that what is forming now is stable. You are not being rushed into exposure without covering. Timing remains intentional. Even when progress feels invisible, alignment continues beneath the surface. I have witnessed sudden breakthroughs that were quietly built over years. Remain faithful to daily obedience. What seems ordinary is preparing something extraordinary. Receive this moment calmly. Your path is unfolding exactly as designed. Chosen one, now is the season where faith matures into embodiment. Belief becomes behavior, vision becomes movement, and prayer becomes partnership. I remember when I realized faith was not waiting for certainty, but walking with clarity, even when details remained hidden. Heaven responds to motion aligned with trust. When you step forward responsibly, provision meets you on the way. Stillness prepares direction, but movement activates it. Anointed one alignment requires ongoing honesty. Examine motives gently but truthfully. Ask yourself why you desire increase. I had to confront hidden ambitions before peace returned. When purpose purified intention, clarity followed. Wealth amplifies motives already present. When your heart seeks service, increase expands impact. When motives drift toward ego, friction arises. Keep returning to the question of purpose. It keeps your path clear. Chosen one, timing will continue revealing itself through peace rather than pressure. What is meant for you arrives without manipulation. I learned to recognize divine invitations by their calm authority. Urgency that feels anxious often signals misalignment. Patience is not passivity, it is discernment, choosing accuracy over speed. When you wait correctly, you move efficiently. Anointed one preparation remains ongoing. Learning does not end when opportunity arrives. I once believed arrival meant rest, but growth required continued education. Study finances, leadership, communication, and stewardship. Knowledge expands capacity. Wisdom stabilizes expansion. Heaven often opens doors expecting readiness. When preparation meets opportunity, confidence replaces fear. Chosen one leadership emerges naturally as influence increases. People will seek guidance, advice, and direction. Lead gently. Authority rooted in compassion creates trust. I observed that listening builds loyalty faster than instruction. Serve first. Teach through example. Your life becomes testimony before your words do. Anointed one, privacy protects development. Not every step requires announcement. I learned that silence preserved momentum. Share selectively. Celebrate quietly. Let progress mature before exposure. What is nurtured away from noise grows stronger roots. When the time comes for visibility, stability will support it. Chosen. 1. Legacy thinking shapes decisions now. Consider long-term impact. Investments of time, energy, and resources echo forward. I shifted when I stopped asking what benefited me immediately and started asking what would matter later. This perspective simplifies choices. Short-term temptation loses power when weighed against enduring purpose. Anointed One, gratitude anchors abundance. I return to this practice continually. Gratitude transforms waiting into worship and receiving into stewardship. When appreciation remains active, entitlement dissolves. Thankfulness keeps the heart open and receptive. Heaven delights in gratitude because it acknowledges source without diminishing effort. Chosen One. Resilience remains essential even in favor. Success brings new challenges. I faced unexpected resistance after breakthroughs. Opposition does not negate calling, it confirms significance. Stay grounded. Return to practices that sustained you earlier. What carried you through scarcity will stabilize you in abundance. Anointed One, generosity with wisdom balances compassion and sustainability. Learn to empower rather than rescue. I discovered that boundaries preserved energy for lasting service. Saying no when necessary protects yeses that matter. Wisdom directs generosity toward growth rather than dependence. Chosen One. The world around you will continue shifting. Systems change, values realign. I witnessed instability reveal opportunity. Chaos exposes gaps where builders are needed. You are positioned not to fear change, but to shape what follows. Creativity thrives where structures dissolve. Trust your adaptability. Anointed One, remain anchored spiritually as responsibilities expand. Prayer and reflection prevent burnout. I learned that rest is obedience, not indulgence. Balance activity with renewal. Strength multiplies when rest is honored. Chosen One, courage will be required repeatedly. Each level demands renewed trust. I found that fear never disappears. It transforms into respect for responsibility. Move forward anyway. Confidence grows through action aligned with guidance. Anointed One, receive this truth deeply. You are prepared. Nothing essential is missing. Timing aligns because capacity exists. Continue walking faithfully. Stay receptive. Stay grounded. Let peace guide decisions. What unfolds next will confirm what your spirit already understands. Chosen One, there comes a stage in every divine assignment where clarity replaces confusion, not because every answer is revealed, but because trust becomes stronger than uncertainty. You may notice that you no longer ask as many questions as before, not because curiosity has died, but because assurance has grown. I remember when my prayers shifted from "show me everything" to "I trust you with whatever comes next." That was not resignation, it was maturity. This is where you are now. Heaven does not overwhelm trusted vessels with details. It releases direction and expects obedience to follow naturally. Anointed One, responsibility will feel heavier in this season, but not burdensome. There is a difference. Weight that crushes is not from heaven, but weight that strengthens is. I learned this when opportunities arrived that required discipline, consistency, and sacrifice. They stretched me, but they did not break me. If anything, they revealed strength I did not know I had. This is what divine trust looks like. You are being treated as someone capable, not someone fragile. Receive that with honor. Chosen One, you may sense a growing intolerance for distraction. Time feels more valuable. Energy feels sacred. You may withdraw from noise not because you are antisocial, but because focus has become precious. I experienced this shift when I realized every yes carried a cost. Guarding time is not selfish, it is stewardship. When purpose clarifies, unnecessary activity fades naturally. This focus creates space for strategy, reflection, and intentional movement. Anointed One strategy will begin to replace struggle. You will notice that problems no longer intimidate you the way they once did. Solutions form faster. Patterns become visible. This is wisdom activating. I remember facing challenges that once paralyzed me, only to realize later they were simply puzzles waiting for patience. Wealth flows toward problem solvers, builders, and those who can see beyond immediate obstacles. Your ability to perceive structure where others see chaos is a sign of readiness. Chosen. One, emotional maturity deepens now. Reactions soften. Offense loses power. I learned that peace protects progress more than confrontation ever could. Not every battle deserves your energy. Silence often preserves strength. When abundance approaches, emotional stability becomes essential. Money amplifies emotion. If peace is present, peace multiplies. If unrest remains, unrest expands. This is why refinement of the inner world continues even as the outer world improves. Anointed One gratitude evolves from practice into posture. You no longer thank heaven only for outcomes, but for process. I remember thanking God for delays that once frustrated me because they taught patience that later saved me. Gratitude keeps your spirit aligned during transitions. It prevents entitlement and sustains humility. When appreciation remains active, joy becomes independent of circumstance and abundance flows without pressure. Chosen. One service will feel less like obligation and more like expression. You will give not to prove worth, but because generosity feels natural. I noticed that as my resources grew, so did my desire to contribute meaningfully. Giving became intentional, strategic, and joyful. This balance ensures sustainability. When generosity flows from fullness rather than guilt, it nourishes both giver and receiver. Wine-tainted One. You may also feel a renewed respect for structure. Systems, routines, and order will no longer feel restrictive but supportive. I once resisted structure, equating it with limitation, until I realized it protected freedom. Wealth requires containers. Vision requires frameworks. Discipline preserves momentum. When structure aligns with purpose, creativity flourishes within it. Chosen One humility remains your compass. Recognition may increase, but grounding must deepen. I learned that staying close to source preserved clarity. Pride isolates, but humility connects. Seek counsel, remain teachable. Growth accelerates when feedback is welcomed rather than feared. Heaven honors those who remain students, even when they become leaders. Anointed One, trust that you are being positioned carefully. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is delayed unnecessarily. Even when movement feels slow, alignment continues. I have seen seasons where silence hid preparation. Do not mistake quiet for inactivity. Roots grow unseen. Foundations strengthen below surface. What emerges from depth stands firm. Chosen One, allow yourself to receive this stage without striving. You do not need to force outcomes. Stay present. Stay responsive. Stay faithful to what is in front of you. The next steps will reveal themselves in time, not because you demand them, but because you are ready to walk them with wisdom. Or, Chosen One. This phase invites you into deeper partnership rather than dependence. You are not being carried as before. You are being trusted to walk alongside divine guidance. I remember realizing that faith had matured into collaboration. Prayer became conversation. Direction became clearer through listening rather than asking. This shift signals readiness. Heaven works closely with those who have proven attentive. Anointed One, your decisions now carry greater weight, not because of pressure, but because of impact. Choices ripple outward. I learned to pause not from fear, but from respect for consequence. Wisdom asks questions before acting. Discernment filters impulse. When abundance nears intention, must guide action. Thoughtful decisions preserve momentum and protect purpose. Chosen One, courage evolves here. It is no longer dramatic or loud. It becomes steady and consistent. I once believed courage required bold leaps, but learned it often looks like quiet persistence. Showing up daily, honoring commitments, doing the unseen work faithfully. This form of courage builds trust with heaven and stability in results. Anointed One, accountability becomes essential. Surround yourself with voices that challenge and support. I discovered that isolation weakens perspective, while wise community strengthens it. Choose mentors and peers aligned with values rather than convenience. Healthy accountability protects vision and sharpens execution. Growth accelerates in safe, honest environments. Chosen One, rest becomes strategic, not optional. I learned the hard way that exhaustion distorts discernment. When rest is neglected, clarity fades. Honor your limits. Renewal sustains longevity. Heaven values stewardship of the body as much as stewardship of resources. Sustainable growth requires rhythm. Work and rest together preserve balance. Anointed One, clarity around priorities strengthens now. You will recognize what deserves attention and what does not. I remember letting go of projects that once excited me but no longer aligned. Focus sharpens effectiveness. When energy is directed, intentionally results compound. Abundance responds to clarity. Chosen One, generosity refines further. You will give thoughtfully, not impulsively. I learned that discernment in giving multiplies impact. Support growth, not dependency. Invest in people, ideas, and causes aligned with long-term good. This form of generosity builds ecosystems, not just moments. Anointed One, patience remains active even as doors open. Immediate access does not mean immediate execution. I learned that timing within timing matters. Just because something is available does not mean it is ripe. Wisdom discerns readiness. Waiting strategically preserves quality. Move when peace confirms alignment. Chosen One, your voice will matter more. Words influence environments. Speak carefully. I learned that encouragement can unlock potential, while careless words can close doors. Authority grows with restraint. Let your speech reflect integrity, compassion, and clarity. Language shapes reality. Anointed One, adaptability strengthens your leadership. Change will continue. I learned to remain flexible without compromising values. Adaptation allows relevance. Integrity maintains direction. Balance both. When structures shift, those rooted in purpose adjust without losing identity. Chosen One, trust that provision matches obedience. You do not need to see the entire path. I discovered that clarity often arrived mid-step. Faith is movement informed by trust. Continue responding to guidance as it comes. Momentum builds through obedience. Anointed One, confidence grows quietly now. Not arrogance, but assurance. I learned to trust my preparation. You have been trained thoroughly. Doubt may whisper, but memory confirms resilience. Recall what you overcame. Recall how guidance sustained you. Confidence rooted in experience steadies action. Chosen one, remain anchored as influence expands. Return often to gratitude, prayer, and reflection. These practices protect perspective. They remind you that success is partnership, not possession. Stay connected to source. Flow continues where connection remains alive. Anointed one, receive this moment calmly. You are not chasing what is coming. You are aligning with it. Walk steadily, listen attentively, act faithfully. What unfolds will feel natural, not forced, because you are prepared to carry it with wisdom and grace. Chosen one, there is a quiet confidence forming within you now, the kind that does not announce itself, but steadies every step you take. This confidence is not rooted in outcome, but in alignment. You are beginning to trust your discernment because you have seen it guide you before. I remember the moment I stopped second-guessing every decision and started honoring the wisdom earned through experience. That shift brought peace. When confidence is grounded in alignment rather than ego, it becomes unshakable and gentle at the same time. Anointed one, your relationship with uncertainty is changing. Where unknowns once triggered anxiety, they now invite curiosity. This is maturity. I learned that uncertainty is not absence of guidance, but space for growth. Heaven does not reveal everything at once because discovery strengthens faith. Each step forward teaches something essential. You are learning to move without needing guarantees, trusting that clarity will arrive as needed. Chosen. One, stewardship continues to refine your character. Resources respond to respect. I noticed that as I became more intentional with time and energy, opportunities aligned more easily. Stewardship is not control, it is care. When you care well for what is entrusted, trust increases. This principle applies to relationships, finances, ideas, and influence. Treat everything as sacred, and abundance responds accordingly. Anointed one, emotional balance becomes a leadership skill. You are learning to remain steady regardless of circumstance. I once allowed external events to dictate my inner state, and progress stalled. Peace restored momentum. Emotional regulation protects clarity. When reactions soften, discernment sharpens. This steadiness allows you to respond wisely rather than react impulsively, preserving both relationships and direction. Chosen one, vision continues expanding. You are seeing connections between ideas, people, and opportunities that others miss. This perception is a gift developed through patience. I learned that vision sharpens when distraction fades. As noise reduces, insight increases. Guard your focus. What you consistently attend to grows stronger. Vision becomes practical when nurtured with attention and action. Anointed. One, humility remains active even as confidence grows. I discovered that humility does not mean shrinking. It means staying receptive. Listening remains essential. Wisdom flows toward those who remain teachable. When feedback arrives, receive it thoughtfully. Growth accelerates when correction is welcomed rather than resisted. Chosen. One, generosity of spirit deepens. Encouragement becomes natural. You notice others more. I learned that lifting others does not diminish progress, it multiplies it. Generosity creates ecosystems of support. When you invest emotionally and intellectually, environments thrive. This form of wealth extends beyond money into influence and legacy. Anointed one, patience with process continues. Even as results appear, refinement remains. I once assumed progress meant completion, only to realize growth is ongoing. Each level introduces new lessons. Accept this without frustration. Learning preserves humility and adaptability. When growth remains, welcome stagnation loses power. Chosen One, boundaries protect sustainability. You are learning when to engage and when to withdraw. I realized that saying no preserved energy for meaningful yeses. Boundaries are not walls, they are gates. They allow intentional access while protecting purpose. Use them wisely. Anointed One faith now feels embodied rather than theoretical. Trust informs daily choices. I noticed faith expressed through consistency rather than declarations. Quiet obedience carries weight. Heaven responds to lived faith more than spoken faith. This integration strengthens alignment and stabilizes progress. Chosen One, creativity increases as pressure decreases. I learned that creativity thrives in peace. When fear loosens, imagination expands. Allow ideas to surface without judgment. Exploration precedes innovation. Many solutions appear playful at first. Honor them. What seems simple may unlock complex outcomes later. Anointed One, influence expands subtly. People notice consistency before success. I learned that reliability builds trust. Show up when promised. Deliver what you commit. This credibility attracts opportunity without advertisement. Influence rooted in integrity sustains itself. Chosen One, adaptability strengthens resilience. Change no longer threatens identity. I realized identity rooted in purpose remains stable amid shifting conditions. Adaptation allows relevance without compromise. Remain flexible in method while firm in values. This balance preserves momentum. Anointed One, gratitude remains central. I return to this practice often. Gratitude transforms challenges into teachers. It reframes delays as preparation. Appreciation keeps perspective wide. When gratitude flows freely, abundance follows naturally. Chosen One, receive this season calmly. There is no rush. Progress unfolds steadily. Stay attentive. Stay responsive. What is forming now is durable, intentional, and aligned. Walk forward with quiet assurance, trusting the process, shaping you continuously. Chosen One, integration becomes the focus now. Lessons learned begin weaving together into wisdom. Nothing feels fragmented anymore. Experiences align. I remember recognizing patterns across seasons, understanding why certain delays occurred and how they prepared me. Integration brings peace. When understanding connects experiences, confusion dissolves. Anointed One, responsibility and freedom coexist here. You are free to choose wisely, not impulsively. I learned that freedom increases when discipline supports it. Structure does not confine creativity, it sustains it. When boundaries support intention, freedom feels expansive rather than reckless. Chosen One, your intuition grows clearer as trust deepens. I noticed intuition sharpened when I honored it consistently. Ignored intuition weakens, respected intuition strengthens. Listen attentively. Inner guidance refines through use. This discernment protects alignment and directs movement gracefully. Anointed One, presence becomes powerful. You are fully where you are. I discovered that presence enhances effectiveness, multitasking diluted impact, focus restored quality. When attention is undivided, work deepens and relationships strengthen. Presence honors both process and people. Chosen One, leadership emerges through service. I learned that influence grows when others feel seen. Listen more than you speak. Serve before directing. Authority rooted in care invites cooperation. This form of leadership sustains itself through trust rather than force. Anointed One, resilience stabilizes confidence. Challenges no longer derail you. I remember setbacks that once felt devastating becoming manageable. Perspective changed. Resilience reframes difficulty as feedback. Each challenge teaches refinement. When resilience anchors confidence, progress continues steadily. Chosen one, learning remains ongoing. Curiosity stays alive. I found that humility keeps curiosity active. Ask questions, seek understanding. Knowledge compounds over time. Continuous learning prepares you for evolving responsibilities. Anointed one, generosity aligns with strategy. I learned to give intentionally. Support initiatives that foster growth. Invest in education, health, and opportunity. This form of giving multiplies impact. Strategic generosity builds lasting change. Chosen one, discernment protects vision. Not all invitations deserve acceptance. I learned that saying yes to everything diluted effectiveness. Selectivity preserves focus. Choose commitments aligned with purpose. When decisions reflect intention, outcomes align naturally. Anointed one, patience deepens wisdom. Even when progress accelerates, patience preserves quality. I discovered that rushing compromises excellence. Allow processes to complete fully. Quality sustains longevity. Chosen one, self-awareness strengthens leadership. Understand strengths and limitations. I learned that acknowledging limits invited collaboration. No one carries purpose alone. Partnership expands capacity. Anointed one, communication clarifies influence. Speak thoughtfully. Words shape environments. I observed how clarity reduces misunderstanding. Let speech be intentional. Communication aligned with integrity builds trust. Chosen one. Adaptability continues serving you. Change remains constant. I learned to welcome it as opportunity. Flexibility ensures relevance. Remain anchored in values while adjusting methods. Anointed one, gratitude grounds expansion. I return again to this truth. Gratitude centers perspective. It acknowledges growth without entitlement. Appreciation sustains humility. Chosen one, remain attentive to inner peace. Peace confirms alignment. I learned to treat peace as guidance. When peace fades, reassess. Peace protects clarity. Anointed one, trust the rhythm unfolding. You are not behind, you are aligned. Continue walking faithfully. Stay receptive, stay grounded. What unfolds will confirm the preparation already completed within you. Chosen one, there is a deeper stillness settling within you now, not the stillness of waiting, but the stillness of readiness. This is the quiet that comes when striving falls away and trust takes its place. I remember recognizing this shift in my own life when urgency no longer controlled my decisions. I stopped forcing outcomes and started responding to direction. That was when progress became steady instead of exhausting. Stillness like this does not slow you down. It removes resistance. When the inner world aligns, the outer world responds with less friction because movement is no longer driven by fear or impatience, but by clarity and confidence earned through experience. Anointed one, awareness sharpens in this stage. You notice subtle signals others overlook. Tone matters more than words. Timing matters more than opportunity. I learned that discernment is often felt before it is understood. A quiet sense of ease or unease carries more truth than a long list of pros and cons. This sensitivity is not weakness, it is refinement. Heaven entrusts guidance to those who listen carefully. When you honor these impressions, alignment strengthens and missteps become rare rather than frequent. Chosen one. You may also recognize that effort feels different now. Tasks that once drained you no longer carry the same weight. This does not mean they are easier, but that you are stronger. Capacity has expanded quietly over time. I remember looking back at challenges that once overwhelmed me and realizing they would no longer stop me. Growth often becomes visible only in hindsight. This expanded capacity allows you to hold responsibility without anxiety. You are learning to carry weight without losing balance. Anointed One, trust in your preparation deepens. You stop questioning whether you are ready and begin acting as someone who is. This shift is subtle but powerful. I experienced it when hesitation faded and decisiveness emerged. Decisions became clearer, not because uncertainty disappeared, but because confidence in discernment increased. Preparation creates this confidence. You have been trained through repetition, correction, and endurance. Trust that training. It exists for this moment. Chosen One perspective widens. You are less reactive to short-term outcomes and more attentive to long-term patterns. I learned that setbacks lose their sting when viewed through a broader lens. What once felt like failure often reveals itself as redirection. This perspective protects emotional stability. When you stop interpreting every delay as defeat, resilience strengthens naturally. You move forward without carrying unnecessary emotional weight. Anointed One. Patience transforms from discipline into instinct. Waiting no longer feels like restraint. It feels like wisdom. I remember resisting patience early on, believing speed equaled success. Experience taught me otherwise. Patience preserves quality. It allows growth to root deeply. When patience becomes instinctive, decisions mature before execution. This prevents regret and protects integrity. Chosen One. Humility integrates seamlessly with confidence now. There is no contradiction between knowing your value and remaining teachable. I discovered that humility actually strengthens confidence by removing defensiveness. When feedback arrives, you consider it thoughtfully rather than emotionally. Growth accelerates when ego no longer blocks insight. This balance allows leadership to feel natural rather than forced. Anointed One. Your relationship with abundance evolves. You no longer see it as something to chase, but something to steward responsibly. I noticed this shift when my focus moved from acquisition to sustainability. Abundance is not proven by accumulation, but by stability and impact. When you approach resources with care, they respond predictably. This mindset preserves flow and prevents volatility. Chosen One. Gratitude remains a constant companion. It no longer depends on circumstances. I learned that gratitude practiced consistently reshapes perception. Challenges become lessons. Delays become preparation. Gratitude anchors perspective, keeping ambition grounded and purpose central. When appreciation flows freely, entitlement loses influence and joy remains accessible regardless of outcome. Anointed One. Boundaries strengthen without rigidity. You know when to engage and when to withdraw. I once struggled with overextension, believing availability equaled generosity. Wisdom taught me that discernment protects energy for meaningful contribution. Boundaries preserve capacity. They ensure your best effort is reserved for what aligns most closely with purpose. Chosen One. Adaptability becomes second nature. Change no longer threatens identity. I realized identity rooted in values remains stable regardless of circumstance. When external conditions shift, you adjust without panic. Flexibility allows relevance. Stability allows consistency. Together, they support sustainable progress. Anointed One. Presence deepens effectiveness. You are fully engaged in what you are doing rather than divided by distraction. I learned that presence improves quality more than speed. When attention is undivided, work gains depth. Relationships strengthen, results improve. Presence honors both process and outcome. Chosen one, communication becomes more intentional. Words carry weight. I observed that clarity reduces conflict and builds trust. You speak with purpose rather than impulse. Listening becomes as important as speaking. This balance fosters understanding and collaboration. Influence grows naturally through thoughtful communication. Anointed one leadership expresses itself through reliability. You do what you say you will do. I discovered that consistency builds trust faster than charisma. Reliability attracts opportunity because it signals stability. People feel safe investing time and resources where follow-through is assured. Chosen one, creativity flows more freely. Pressure no longer constricts imagination. I learned that creativity thrives in environments of psychological safety. When fear recedes, innovation emerges. Allow ideas to surface without immediate judgment. Exploration precedes refinement. Many breakthroughs begin as unpolished thoughts. Anointed one, learning remains active. Curiosity stays alive. I found that curiosity protects against stagnation. Ask questions, seek understanding. Knowledge compounds gradually. Continuous learning prepares you for evolving responsibilities and unexpected opportunities. Chosen one service remains central. Contribution gives meaning to progress. I learned that impact multiplies when purpose guides action. Serving others does not distract from your path. It enriches it. Service anchors ambition in humanity, ensuring growth benefits more than self. Anointed one, self-awareness sharpens. You understand strengths and limitations clearly. I discovered that acknowledging limits invites collaboration rather than weakness. Partnership expands capacity. No assignment is meant to be carried alone. Shared effort multiplies effectiveness. Chosen one resilience stabilizes progress. Challenges no longer derail momentum. I learned to view difficulty as feedback rather than obstruction. Each obstacle teaches adjustment. Resilience reframes adversity into instruction, preserving forward movement. Anointed one, peace becomes your compass. Peace confirms alignment. I learned to trust peace as guidance. When peace fades, reassessment restores clarity. Peace protects judgment. It ensures decisions emerge from wisdom rather than impulse. Chosen one, receive this phase with calm assurance. You are not becoming someone new. You are embodying what was formed over time. Continue walking attentively. Stay receptive. Stay grounded. What unfolds next will feel familiar because you have been prepared for it through every step that brought you here. Chosen one, this stage invites refinement rather than expansion, a season where subtle adjustments create lasting strength within your foundation. I remember learning that progress accelerates when excess is released and essentials are honored with care. You begin simplifying choices, clarifying priorities, and protecting focus with intention. What once felt urgent now feels optional. What once demanded explanation now requires quiet confidence. This refinement is mercy, not restriction, because it preserves energy for what truly matters. When you honor simplicity, clarity sharpens naturally. Simplicity is not smallness. It is precision applied to purpose with calm authority and trust intact always. Anointed. One discipline becomes gentle, now guided by respect rather than force, and consistency replaces bursts of effort. I learned that sustainable growth depends on rhythms you can maintain without resentment. You wake with steadiness, move with purpose, and rest without guilt. Discipline rooted in compassion strengthens endurance. You no longer punish yourself for pauses, you use them wisely. This maturity protects momentum over time. When discipline feels humane, it becomes reliable. Reliability builds trust within yourself first, then with others who witness integrity expressed through daily habits, aligned with calling and long-term vision that sustains growth faithfully over years. Chosen. One discernment matures into intuition that feels calm, steady, and unforced during decisions. I recall moments when clarity arrived without urgency, confirming direction through peace. This intuition grows from experience honored honestly. You trust yourself because you have faced consequences and learned responsibly. When intuition speaks, it is quiet, yet firm. You follow it without apology. This trust reduces hesitation and second-guessing. As certainty stabilizes, execution improves. Action becomes clean and timely. Clean action conserves energy and builds credibility, allowing outcomes to compound gradually with fewer corrections required later. This stability supports leadership and lasting stewardship for future seasons. Anointed One. Emotional regulation strengthens, allowing feelings to inform without controlling your responses. I learned this skill after reacting too quickly and repairing unnecessary damage. Now pauses exist between stimulus and choice. Those pauses preserve dignity. You acknowledge emotion without surrendering authority. This balance keeps relationships healthy and decisions wise. Emotional mastery does not suppress feeling, it channels it productively. When emotions flow without domination, communication improves. Others feel safe, engaging honestly. Safety invites collaboration, and collaboration multiplies capacity beyond individual effort, supporting missions larger than personal ambition alone, while maintaining compassion, integrity, patience, resilience together, daily practice, always honored. Chosen One. Patience now partners with momentum, eliminating false urgency from your process. I remember mistaking speed for effectiveness until results taught me differently. Patience protects quality. It allows feedback to refine direction before errors compound. You move decisively without rushing. This balance sustains excellence. When patience and momentum cooperate, timing improves naturally. You arrive prepared rather than merely early. Prepared arrival carries authority. Authority earned through patience commands respect without demanding it. Respect opens doors quietly. Quiet openings reduce resistance and preserve relationships, allowing progress to feel supported rather than contested or forced by alignment. Trust, consistency, maturity, enduring. Anointed One. Stewardship becomes visible through choices that prioritize longevity over display. I learned that restraint often signals confidence more than excess ever could. You invest thoughtfully, give strategically, and spend intentionally. Each decision reflects values rather than impulse. This approach stabilizes growth. Stability attracts opportunity. Opportunity managed well attracts trust. Trust compounds influence. Influence exercised responsibly creates impact beyond measure. When stewardship guides action, resources respond predictably. Predictable flow reduces anxiety and supports generosity. Generosity then becomes sustainable, not sacrificial. Sustainable generosity strengthens communities and reinforces purpose across seasons of increase and challenge, with patience, wisdom, humility, care always. Chosen One leadership expresses itself through service that empowers rather than controls others. I discovered leadership grows when people feel seen, not managed. You listen attentively, respond thoughtfully, and act fairly. Fairness builds loyalty. Loyalty sustains teams through pressure. When pressure comes, unity matters more than brilliance. You foster unity by honoring contributions. This atmosphere invites excellence. Excellence shared multiplies outcomes. Leadership grounded in service remains adaptable and resilient. When circumstances shift, people follow willingly because trust already exists. Trust transforms direction into collaboration, strengthening results and morale together during uncertainty, growth transitions, collective success with calm courage, faith, endurance. Anointed One wisdom integrates experience with foresight, allowing decisions to honor both past lessons and future possibilities. I learned wisdom listens before acting. You consult insight gained through hardship and apply it gently. This integration prevents repeating mistakes. Mistakes become teachers, not labels. Wisdom respects timing. It knows when to wait and when to move. This sensitivity protects momentum. When foresight guides planning, surprises become manageable. Prepared minds adapt quickly. Adaptability preserves confidence under pressure. Confidence grounded in wisdom steadies others, creating calm environments where progress continues, despite uncertainty, through resilience, patience, humility, shared vision, and trust, integrity, purpose, always. Chosen. One inner alignment produces outer coherence where actions, words, and intentions reinforce one another. I noticed life simplified when contradictions dissolved. You speak what you live, and live what you speak. This coherence strengthens credibility. Credibility attracts opportunity without pursuit. When opportunity arrives, readiness meets it. This harmony reduces stress. Stress reduction improves health, focus, and creativity. Healthy rhythms sustain productivity. Productivity guided by alignment feels meaningful. Meaningful effort fuels perseverance. Perseverance then supports long journeys without burnout. Burnout fades when purpose remains visible and energy is managed wisely through discipline, gratitude, boundaries, rest, cycles, honored daily, consistently, always. Anointed. One receive this moment with quiet assurance, knowing preparation has been thorough and intentional. I have walked seasons where progress felt invisible until suddenly it was undeniable. Trust the process that shaped you. You are not late, you are aligned. Alignment brings peace that confirms direction. As peace settles, confidence follows. Confidence expressed humbly invites cooperation. Cooperation multiplies strength. Strength applied wisely creates sustainable impact. Impact anchored in service endures. Endurance preserves legacy. Legacy reflects choices made faithfully over time. Continue forward attentively, honoring guidance, practicing wisdom, and allowing growth to unfold naturally with patience, courage, trust, intact, always. Chosen One. There is a quiet confirmation settling over your spirit, now the kind that does not shout, but remains steady even when circumstances fluctuate. This is the assurance that comes after long obedience, when you realize you are no longer chasing direction, but walking within it. I remember reaching this point and noticing how doubt lost its voice. Questions still appeared, but they no longer carried fear. They carried curiosity and discernment. This shift matters because it allows you to move forward without constantly seeking permission or reassurance. Anointed One, awareness deepens here. You become more intentional with your time, your words, and your energy. I learned that what you protect determines what grows. You are no longer available to every demand, but you are fully present for what aligns. This presence sharpens results. Effort becomes focused rather than scattered. When focus narrows, impact expands. You are discovering that less distraction creates more effectiveness. Chosen one, trust in divine timing becomes embodied rather than intellectual. You no longer say you trust, you act as though you do. I noticed this when impatience stopped dictating my pace. Waiting felt purposeful, not passive. Movement felt guided, not forced. This trust removes anxiety from decision-making and replaces it with steadiness. Steadiness allows you to remain grounded even when outcomes are still forming. Anointed One gratitude anchors you in this phase. Gratitude not for perfection, but for progress. I learned that acknowledging how far you have come strengthens faith for what remains unseen. Gratitude keeps your heart open and your vision clear. It prevents pride and protects hope. As you continue forward, carry this posture with you. You are not striving to become someone else. You are allowing what has been formed within you to lead. This is alignment made visible, and it will continue to unfold with clarity and peace. Chosen one. This season invites you into a posture of grounded confidence, where movement flows from assurance rather than pressure. I remember arriving here after years of effort and realizing that peace had become my signal. When peace remained, I moved. When it lifted, I paused. This practice saved me from costly detours and taught me to respect inner guidance without drama. You are learning the same rhythm now, and it is reshaping how you approach opportunity, responsibility, and rest. Anointed One. Responsibility begins to feel honorable rather than heavy. What once felt like weight now feels like trust. I learned that trust grows when stewardship is proven quietly without announcement. You are trusted because you have shown consistency when no one was watching. This trust does not demand perfection. It values faithfulness. When responsibility is received with gratitude, capacity expands. Expansion handled humbly attracts further trust, creating a steady cycle of growth that does not exhaust the soul. Chosen one clarity increases through simplicity. I noticed that when distractions fell away, direction sharpened. You no longer need many options. You need the right ones. Fewer commitments allow deeper focus. Deeper focus improves outcomes. Improved outcomes reinforce confidence. This simplicity protects your time and preserves your energy. It allows you to invest fully rather than scatter effort. Investment made fully yields returns that partial attention never could. Anointed One courage expresses itself quietly here. It is no longer loud or reactive. It shows up as consistency, honesty, and follow through. I learned that courage often looks like showing up again after disappointment with wisdom rather than bitterness. You continue without hardening. This softness paired with strength creates resilience that endures. Resilience like this sustains long journeys without losing compassion or clarity. Chosen one discernment refines your relationships. You recognize alignment without over-explaining. I learned that healthy connections feel mutual, not draining. You invest where reciprocity exists. You release what no longer fits without resentment. This maturity preserves peace and protects momentum. When relationships aligned, collaboration feels natural. Natural collaboration multiplies effort and amplifies impact without strain. Anointed One. Your work begins to reflect who you are becoming rather than who you were. I noticed this shift when outcomes started matching values consistently. Integrity became visible through decisions large and small. When values guide action, confidence stabilizes. Stability invites opportunity. Opportunity met with integrity builds reputation. Reputation earned honestly creates influence that does not require performance. Chosen one. Patience deepens into wisdom. You no longer rush outcomes or resist process. I learned that wisdom listens longer than it speaks. You consider consequences gently before acting. This consideration prevents unnecessary repair later. When actions are thoughtful, progress feels smoother. Smooth progress conserves energy and sustains joy. Anointed one, gratitude remains active, shaping perception daily. Gratitude for lessons learned, for strength gained, for direction clarified. I learned that gratitude keeps ambition clean. It prevents entitlement and preserves humility. Humility allows learning to continue. Continued learning prepares you for evolving responsibilities ahead. Chosen. 1. Faith integrates with action seamlessly now. Belief no longer waits for certainty. It moves with trust. I discovered that trust grows strongest when tested gently over time. You act responsibly, not recklessly. Each step confirms readiness. Readiness invites further instruction. Instruction followed faithfully strengthens alignment. Anointed one, receive this moment as confirmation, not culmination. You are walking forward equipped, attentive and steady. Continue honoring guidance, practicing restraint and choosing integrity. What unfolds will meet you prepared because preparation has already shaped you. Walk on with assurance, grounded in peace, guided by wisdom, and strengthened by quiet confidence that remains. Chosen one, if you are still here, receive this moment with reverence. This was not endurance by chance, but recognition by spirit. Your presence here confirms what heaven has already affirmed, that you were meant to hear this, and that your season has reached its turning point. What you have felt stirring within you is not emotion alone. It is alignment. It is remembrance. It is the quiet confirmation that your appointed time has arrived. Anointed one, hear this clearly. The transfer is not approaching. It is already in motion. What was delayed has been released. What was hidden is being positioned. What required striving will now respond to obedience and alignment. This is your Kairos moment, the divinely appointed window where preparation meets fulfillment. Heaven has not forgotten you. Heaven has been preparing you. You are stepping into a season where provision carries purpose, where increase carries responsibility, and where blessing flows with peace. This is not about excess, but about impact. Not about recognition, but about stewardship. You have been trusted with this moment because your heart has been refined, your faith tested, and your character formed in silence. Chosen one, walk forward with humility and confidence. Stay faithful to what aligned you. Guard your spirit. Remain grateful. Let wisdom guide your steps, and peace confirm your direction. What manifests next will not require force, only faithfulness.